Hello Slapafish community, and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a tank review on the JPZ 4.5, which is the Era 1 top Era 1 tank destroyer for the light and tank destroyer German tank line that just got added in Cold War. So we're going to be compare it to the Era 1 TDs. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, the M116 is the most comparable to this tank. And the M116, keep in mind the M116 has a turret, the 4.5 does not have a turret, and they are both top of Era 1. So let's get into it. So basically, they both have 1900 hit points, which is also the second most hit points, only followed by the 4005 and the Object 268, the other two top Era 1 tanks. They have the lowest. The 4.5 has the lowest damage, tied with the M116 at 280, which is way below average at 529. Thanks to the 4005 and the 268 for bumping up those numbers. The standard penetration is 320 heat round, which is basically just like firing the M116's premium round at 320. So we're going to skip this because it's a high explosive round. We're going to go to the view range, which is 505, which is the best in Era 1, tied with the T100 and the M116. Its moving concealment is the best moving concealment in Era 1 at 387.94, which the M116 is 400.96. And the camo, while stationary, is 313. But remember, the 4.5 does not have a turret, so that means if a target goes out of your gun reticle, gun arc, that means you're going to have to break your camo. So that means your camo, every time you move your tank to readjust your tank, will go from 313 to 387, which turreted tank destroyers like the M116 does not have to do. So that's an advantage of having a turret. Now the 4.5 also has 2,666 DPM, which is only beaten out by the T100 and is decently close by the 2,584 of the M116. Remember, those two tanks do the exact same damage at 280. The 4.5 has the best reload, really close to the M116. The accuracy of the 4.5 is number 1 at 0.27, which is really comparable to the M116 at 0.29 and the T100. The gun depression is 8 degrees, which is in the middle, which is better than average at 7.5, with most tanks running 10 degrees, including the M116. The aim time is the best at 1.6, which the M116 is not far behind at 1.7. The ammo speed, it is a heat round, but it is a very fast heat round at going at 1,216, which is comparable to the M116. The premium ammunition is a high explosive round, and it's going at 853, which is comparable to the 4005's high explosive round. The track traverse speed should be the best because it's a non-turret tank. It's at 42 degrees, but the M116 is not very far behind with 40 degrees. But the top speed does make up for it at 70, and the M116 is not very behind at 61.2. Now, as a tank going the same speed forward and reverse, at 70, which is the best, and it's not even close competition because the Charioteer's at second at 27.4. Now let's move on to the last stat I'm going to compare, which is the horsepower per ton at 19.46, which is comparable to the Conway in the 4005, and the M116 it's at 21.5 horsepower per ton. Now, if you just stop comparing it to the M116 for a second, the 4.5 on paper has really good stats. It has the best standard penetration. It has the best view range. It has the best concealment factors. It has the best DPM, the second best DPM. has the best reload, best accuracy. It's got better than average gun depression. It's best aim time, really fast ammunition. Its track diverse is the best. The top speed is the best. The reverse speed is the best, and its horsepower per ton is really good. So this tank is either number one in all of these categories, or really close at being number one or above average. But these are just paper stats, remember? So let's actually get into some gameplay of this tank. So here we are on Great Wall with the 4.5. So yeah, now we get to use the tank in practice and use off the mobility and the concealment and the firepower of this gun and use that DPM and having a mix bag of ammunition, because 45 heat rounds and 15 high explosive. Those high explosive are really good on this tank. Remember, they have 102 millimeters of penetration, doing quite a bit of damage. It actually does. It does like 3 something? Yeah, 370 instead of the normal 280. And they are slow though. You can't really snipe with them, but when you get the chance to use them against the 4005 or other light tanks or other 4.5s, it works really, really good. And there's going to be a RU-251. There you are. And I'm going to switch my HESH rounds and just absolutely obliterate them. And I know I have really good DPM of this tank, so I'm just going to use the DPM and rush this RU-251. And just use my HESH rounds. And yeah, I'm going to ramp a little bit and make sure my HESH rounds pin. 356 damage, reload in 4.67. And I know I have the penetration for my HESH rounds to go through the upper plate of the RU. And goodbye RU. Easy 1,550 damage. Also notice it. Notice my detection rate when I'm sitting still, when I'm moving, and when I'm firing. When I'm sitting still, my concealment circle is very, very small. But every time I move to like reposition my gun or turn around or just move, my bloom is very, very big, which you wouldn't really have that in a turret tank destroyer if you have to look left and right. And I'm going to load my HESH rounds again to fight a PT-76 that may come after me, but probably will. And I'm making great work of the HESH rounds in this game. Also, the game right before this, I did like 5,000 to 6,000 damage. This tank can work, but it is a very frustrating tank. This tank is very situational awareness. It is only good in specific situations. If it can snipe or fight light tanks like I've been doing with its HESH rounds, it will do really, really good. The last game I had, it was just me sniping at very long distances on Deadsville. And you can do that in that map. When you get in, but most of the time you're going to have to fight like this because Cold War has a much, much faster pace than World War II, and this kind of has that play style of like a World War II match. But the M116, yes, the M116 is very comparable to this, but the M116 has a turret, stuff like that. So it makes the M116 just feel so much nice. The M116, even though the stats are very similar to the M116, the M116 just feels just like a way, way better tank than this tank. And sometimes this one even beats out the M116. But the M116 just feels just like a way, way better tank. Also, let me know how you like this tank. Did you like it, hate it, or are you just like, meh, it's an okay tank? Awesome, Slapafish because of always not, and peace out. See ya.